Hi there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I have got a project using some relatively small pieces of designer series paper. I have been doing paper shares, which have now finished, and I've been left with just each of the designer series papers in 6x6 form. I've got some more coming because I'm making the most of the buy 3 get 1 free designer series paper deal that is on at the moment, as things are at this precise moment, I am trying to use up some of these 6x6 pieces I have left. And I thought, excuse me, I thought I would pull out the Animal Outing and Animal Friends, so Animal Outings stamp set and Animal Friends Thinlet dies. Now this was a set I got when I went to Onstage in April. That was free. Everybody who went to Onstage got this free. So it's just one of the benefits of being a Stampin' Up demonstrator and going to the Stampin' Up events. You get, generally, can't guarantee it, but generally speaking, we come away with some really good product and a lot of really good product. So think about whether or not you would like to be a member of my team. More on that later. So this stamp set goes with the Animal Expedition designer series paper, which is so cute. As I say, I've only got 6x6 left and I've kind of massacred quite a lot of it. So this has all the images of the animals on, and then the sort of giraffe pattern on the back. And then this is a mini version with some lovely calypso coral on the back. This is lots of the little leaf pattern with the frogs on branches, and then it's lemon lime twist on the back. Then again the leaf pattern with little birds and berry burst with, I want to say that's Pool Party and lemon lime twist. Then shaded spruce, one of our lovely new colours, with again I think Pool Party, and then the crocodile or alligator, one or the other. I was never very good at those sort of things. And then basic grey and some hippopotamuses on the back. So here's the thing. The thinlets, get it right, are really very special because not only do they cut out the 4 animal images and also do some embossing and some die cutting, some standard die cutting, they also die cut the paper. So that was where the kangaroo was. Then that was where the rhinoceros was. Then the giraffe. And if I find the other piece of paper, oh no, I've put it over here. The other piece of paper was cut out with the little frog. So really brilliant die set. So not just for stamping, or not just for stamped images, but also for the paper. You do need to fussy cut anything else that you want. So the sloth and the hippopotamus and thing that's either an alligator or a crocodile. But that is just brilliant. So I've already die cut some of these images because I want to build a little card using the die cuts as the feature. We'll do a little bit of stamping, but this is mostly going to be showing off the die cuts. And do remember that if you buy them together, the framelets, thinlets and the stamp set, you get 10% off the total cost, so long as you use the bundle code. So let me grab my catalogue. So actually at the very front, very front, on page 2 from memory, we have got where all the sweets are. So I can see Animal Expedition is on page 26. So if I flip to page 26, there's lots of inspiration. And this, can you see that? Yes, this is the bundle. So rather than using the stamp set code and the Thinlet code, you use the bundle code and then you save 10% from the combined price. But look at all this inspiration. This framed piece is just amazing. One day, possibly, I may have a go at that. Anyway, so let's get started. I've done a little bit of prep, obviously, because I've done some die cutting. I need that piece. So I'm going to make some of this up as I go along. When was it ever that different? So I've got a piece of Whisper White for the liner. I do need that piece. And then I've got a crumb cake card base, because this is one of the colours in the set. So this is crumb cake. Then I've got a piece of the little birdies, and this is cut. No, let's start with this. So this is shaded spruce, which is one of the colours in the set. And remember, if you look at the back of your packet, sorry about the glare, here we've got all the colours. I mean, they're listed in the catalogue as well, but they are on the back of the Designer Series paper pack as well. So this is my normal, or my standard size mat. So this is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, 14 1/4 by 9 3/4 centimetres. Don't worry about dimensions. They are always over on the associated blog post, which is linked immediately below in the description bar. So there's 2 links there, one to the blog post and one to all my social media links, which includes my online store. So to place your order for the buy 3 get a 4th free Designer Series paper, do make sure you click on that. And of course use the hostess code, which again is immediately below in the description bar. So my normal second size mat is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So these are 3 3/4 inches wide. So if I lay one across the other, you can see that they are 3 3/4 inches wide, possibly easier to look at it that way. So they're both 3 3/4 inches wide. And if I pop that onto my shaded spruce, you can see I've got a nice thin edge showing. And then I've just cut them so that combined they're 5 1/2 inches. So this is 2 inches and this is 3 1/2. Now you're going to be worried about this hole, but I'm not worried because I'm going to fill it in. So let's start by sticking everything down. So somewhere on my desk I have some snail. There we are. So we're going to use the pattern side for this piece, and it's basically lemon lime twist. So I'm going to use a reasonable amount of snail because obviously being a cut piece, I don't want it to flap about. I always find it easier to do this from the side. And then just make sure we've got that teeny weeny little edge. Yep. And then this piece is going to be much easier to stick down because it's a solid piece. So I'm not so worried about edges catching. It's not really a problem, edges catching, because we're going to cover this up. So then just line that up there. And the first thing I'm going to do is, this is some Poppy Parade mini striped ribbon. And Poppy Parade is one of the colours, it's on some of the bird wings. So I'm just going to pop a piece of that there. That helps cover that line. Well, it doesn't help cover that line, it does cover that line. So I'm just going to cut a piece of that, and then grab some mini glue dots and pop one on each. Oops, apparently not pop one on each end. Pop one on each end. That's one. Make sure I get this the same way up. That's the second one. So just line it up where I want it. And it's reasonably easy because there are stripes in this paper. So just tuck that underneath. Now the ribbon that actually goes with this set is the leaf ribbon, which I have got somewhere, just can't remember where. But for this, because I want to cover that with a wider piece, this is a better ribbon. So I'm going to add a little froglet there. In fact, I think I'm going to do my stamping first. So I have a real scrap of Whisper White, and on that I am going to stamp Wild About You, and I've just realised I need Poppy Parade. There we go. And I want to use Poppy Parade because then it ties the Poppy Parade in really nicely. So mount that up and ink it up and just stamp that kind of there. Do remember that when you stamp you need to actually let the ink transfer. So none of this just down and up malarkey, we need to actually stamp properly. And clean that off on my now quite dirty, but only because it needs a wash, chamois. I do love my chamois, and that it fits in one of our cases. So I will be probably using that again. Okay, so I'm just going to actually snip that off because I need to punch this out. So I'm going to just line that up so that it's sort of straight. It's not a completely straight stamp anyway. It would be a real challenge to get it absolutely ping on straight. So it's perfect for something like this. So don't need that scrap anymore. Right, okay. So I'm going to pop that there because that, as I say, covers quite a multitude of sins. We will be covering other sins in a moment. But so that's going to go there. This chappy is going to go here. And then we need something there. So I think we'll use our rhinoceros. And actually if we move that across a bit and down a bit, that's good. And then we can pop our giraffe just there. And that will work. Marvellous. Okay, so that needs to be popped up. This needs to go straight down. So let's pop some snail on the back of that. Just a little bit there. So you can see I just made this up as I went along, can't you? So if that goes there, that can go just, actually if that goes there, that's probably better. Straight would be even better. There we go. So that's that. So I'm going to pop this on some dimensionals, which for once I actually have to hand, which is always a good thing. 1, 2, I don't think we need more than 2. So 1, 2 off the back. And then just make sure that that covers up all of the shaded spruce that we can see. Oops. You can tell I'm concentrating, can't you? Absolute silence. Right, and some more snail on the back of our giraffe. Pop that behind the ribbon. And then this little chappy, I'm going to use some mini dimensionals and we'll pop him up. I do find it easier to pick these up with one of the piercing tools because they are so teeny. Otherwise I get them stuck to my fingers. So, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's those. And pop him down. Yep, that's going to work. Just there. So it's going to work. It is going to work. There we are. That's better. Right, so that is our front panel done. So I do know we haven't used our kangaroo. We can use that on a project some other time. It's not a problem. I was never intending to use all of the animals because that really would be too much. So, Wild About You, I think together we make a great pair on the inside. So actually, let's take that off and pop that on. And I still want to do that. And we don't have to do that anymore. It's much easier. We just have to open them. Okay, let's make sure this is straight. So I'll just line this up on my grid paper and straight on the block. These are actually very forgiving sentiments because they're not particularly straight in of themselves. Together we make a great pair. So that's that. Definitely don't need that anymore. But what I think I might do is, shall I, shan't I? No, we'll leave it with that. Right, okay, so fold my card base and burnish, and then some multi-purpose glue on the back. And we really don't need much. I'm going to just make sure I've got a reasonable amount around the ribbon, but we don't need much more than that. And you can see that's a tiny scribble. So pop that down, and I do like to do a nice press across the back. And then for the inside I'll actually use snail, I think. No, I'll use this. I'll use this, just not very much. So do not use too much when you're using ordinary Whisper White, or you may find that it kind of not shows through, but you can just feel that it's there a bit. Mostly if you know it's there. So there you are, a really fun little card. Very simple, little bit of stamping, but basically just a few die cuts from the paper. All the colouring's done for you. How perfect is that? So do remember, for the whole of July, there are 2 offers. You can either, as a customer, make the most of the Designer Series paper buy 3 get 1 free offer, and that's all of the £10.25 Designer Series papers. £10.25? Yes, £10.25 Designer Series papers, apart from what I will call the colour sets. So if we have a look in here. Why would I ever prep? It'd be so much better if I did, really, wouldn't it? Okay, so all of these, but not those. So not the specialty papers, but otherwise all of the 1025 packs. So do give that a go, and remember to use the hostess code, which is below and on my blog. The other offer is an amazing joining offer. And I'm really hoping this is going to encourage lots of people to join my team, because not only do you get your £130 worth of product, but during July you also get 10 of the ink pads, and they're by colour family, so you can get the brights or the subtles or all the ink colours, but you get to choose which 10 you want. Now, if they're bundled, that's an extra £63. If you bought them singly, that would be £70. So let's say, for sake of easy maths, it's £130 of product, £70 of ink pads. By anyone's maths, that's £200. But even if you allow for the discount, if you bundle the ink pads, it's still the best part of £200, particularly when you consider you get free postage, all for £99. And it means that you will get to buy discounted product from the annual catalogue, the autumn-winter catalogue early. You will also get to buy from the spring-summer catalogue early. And you'll also get to take advantage of celebration offers, because you will stay as an active demonstrator through until the end of December, but then you get an extra month after that. So you'll get 7 months. If you join at the beginning of July, 7 months of being a demonstrator. You can come to team training, and we've got a lovely team event coming up in September. You can come to On Stage if you book that early. Loads of stuff. So do have a think about it and think if this is the right time. It is a very good time to join, so do think of that. Otherwise, if you wish to remain a customer and not join the team, that's great too. But Designer Series paper this month is what you need to be looking at. Thank you very much indeed for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!